Plaintiff Richard Vitello was married to the defendant for 6 years, and they have 3 daughters together. Richard says he divorced the defendant 13 years ago, and since then the defendant has put their children in a dangerous situation by moving them in with an abusive drunk. Richard's suing his ex-wife for an overpayment of child support. Defendant Sandra Vitello says the reason she divorced Richard is because he was severely addicted to crack cocaine. And he not only smoked it around their children, but he also took their children to crack houses. Sandra's countersuing for half of their children's health insurance premiums.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Your Honor, Sandy is my ex-wife. We've been divorced for 13 years. We have 3 beautiful girls together. What this case comes down to is Sandy putting her own selfish needs before the girls. Your
How
Honor,
so?
By putting them in an unhealthy environment.
Like what?
She was dating an alcoholic, and he at times was abusive mentally.
On your children?
Yes. And
How did you know?
the girls would tell me when we would.
They told you more than once?
On several occasions. Your Honor, I went through the courts on various occasions trying to get custody of the girls to get them out of that environment.
But you could have gotten emergency custody.
I went through CPS, and then unless there was some physical abuse done to them, they refused my attempt to get them out of that household.
Child Protective Services is one thing, but if they're in a dangerous environment, they don't have to be abused to receive emergency custody. You tell the court, what do you want me to wait till the man hurts him? He has a gun in his hand. He has to shoot him before I can remove him? So Child Protective Services, if they told you that, they misled you. And in the future, if your children are in that type of situation, go for emergency custody at family court. So your children are still in danger there? Or?
Actually, my oldest daughter is since married, and she's living on her own with her husband.
Okay.
And my 19-year-old is currently living with her mother. And we also have a 16-year-old, which is currently living with my wife and myself.
Okay, so this was some years ago, obviously.
Correct.
All right.
This
what
has
else?
been ongoing for years.
Okay. Tell me the nature of relationship over the last 13 years.
It's been a nightmare.
How so?
Dealing with my ex-wife. She has not encouraged our daughters to have a good relationship with me. She has not always informed me of situations that have occurred until after the fact. And all I've ever wanted to do was be a good father and just be given the opportunity. I've always played an active role in my daughters' lives. I'm current on all my child support. There's no arrears.
Let me hear a little from her about the background. Ma'am?
Richard and I were divorced 13 years ago because of his drug addiction that he had.
What type of
drug? Crack cocaine, smoking it in the house around the children.
That's why you were divorced?
That's right. And he would take my children to crack houses when I was at work at night.
Wow.
He was taking all our rent money and spending it on drugs. This was my decision.
How many years did he have that type of addiction?
We were married for 6 years. So for the whole all 6 years.
Was he like that before you married?
He was a drug addict before I married him.
Why did you marry him?
I didn't know the extent of I was naive. I didn't know the extent of his addiction until I married him. I was very naive to the drugs.
He was smoking crack?
I didn't know he was doing that until after we got married. I was finding out little things here and there. And my boyfriend is not an abusive alcoholic. He's never once put his hands on the children. He has a temper when he drinks once in a while, but
Why do you mention that?
I'm sorry?
Why do you mention that?
Because it's the truth. He's making it sound like he was physically abusing our children.
No, he said abuse, and I think I heard him say verbal.
Your Honor, if it happens once, it's too many times.
It was towards me, Your Honor, not towards the kids. His temper was more geared towards me,
but
not
that's
the
not
children.
what we're talking about. I was asking you about his allegations that a person lived with you, your boyfriend, who was abusive toward the children. Part of your defense was, well, he has a temper. That implies that he was abusive, because why would his temper be relevant today when that's all we're talking about is the children's abuse. But go right ahead. What else do you want me to know about the background?
My children, regardless of the situation, have always counted on my boyfriend for everything.
Regardless of the situation. What does that mean? Regardless of what situation?
What he's accusing.
So you're acknowledging it happens.
Your Honor, I'm acknowledging that he drinks and he's abusive towards me, not towards the children.
Go ahead.
He's always been very good to my children, very supportive of everything they've done.
Did the 16-year-old move out?
Yes, she did.
Why?
She wanted to live with her father.
Okay, all right. Why you think that is?
I don't know.
A direct result of...
Did you ever ask her?
I told her I wouldn't stop her if that's what she wanted to do.
Did you ask her
Yes,
why?
I did ask her, Your Honor.
And what was her answer?
She just said, I want to give Dad a chance. I want to live with Dad. That's all she told me.
Okay, all right. Why do you think she wanted to
Your
live
Honor, it
with
was a direct result of what she was being at home.
victimized her?
Your Honor, if I can...
I believe you. I believe you.
And can I
Based on the nature of her answers, I believe
Can
you.
I clarify something
Yes,
as well,
sir.
Your Honor? I have been clean and sober for 13 years. I need to make that very clear. I have been drug-free and alcohol-free for 13 years.
You certainly appear to be today, so congratulations. What else do you want me to know, ma'am? He said that you have been trying to turn them against him.
I have never tried to turn my children against him. He's had those kids every other weekend. I've never stopped his kids from seeing him. Never, not once.
Okay.
I've always encouraged them to have a relationship with him.
All right.
Always.
Sir, child support you're suing about overpayment. How so? That's what you're
Correct.
here for today.
Andrea moved in with me in the beginning or the end of January of this year, beginning of February. The defendant made an oral agreement with me that she would repay child support for my youngest daughter, which was the amount of $53 a week, until I went to court and got legal custody of my 16-year-old.
Okay.
Okay. I went to court in July to get a modification of the child support.
Okay.
They post-dated it from the date I got legal custody of my youngest daughter. And they continued to garnish my wages until August. So I'm seeking to be reimbursed for all the overpayment of child support.
Did they rule that they mistakenly garnished your check?
Yes.
You have documentation?
Yes, Your Honor. The judge that tried my case told me I would have to file a claim in small claims court to recover.
To have it enforced?
Yes.
But he did indicate on these papers that there was...
And also, if I can, here's...
What's that?
This is just proof of monies garnished from my wages and showing that it was paid directly to the defendant.
Okay, so all I have to do is enforce today because I cannot make a ruling regarding family issues, child support, divorce, alimony, because I don't have that type of jurisdiction. What I can do is enforce orders that have already been made with regard to child support, and that will be pursuant to the documents you presented me. Ma'am, did you agree to pay $53 and fail to do so?
No, I've paid him back and I have all my canceled checks.
All right, let me see them. Sir, she says she's going to show me canceled checks.
Your Honor, I was reimbursed up until the point of going back to court in July. After that, the payment stopped.
She shows me some July papers.
That's correct. There was a payment of $106 made to me the day of the court date.
And then two
But
payments
you said
after.
she stopped in July, and I'm looking at July, I'm looking at August, and I'm looking at 2 for August.
Your Honor, there was...
I have checks here. She says she did. Your counterclaim for $980 for health insurance premiums. How so, ma'am?
The children were under Child Health Plus for 7 years, which I was paying out of pocket at the time so that they would have insurance. Richard just recently in the past year has finally put them under his insurance. So I feel that he should be responsible for at least half the payment of the health insurance
the
that I
good news
paid.
is we don't have to go by feelings. We go by the divorce decree. You have something that says that he was ordered to pay premiums subsequent to the divorce. Is that part of the order?
I don't remember, sir. It was 13 years ago.
All right. Well, I can't enforce child health insurance premiums if he hasn't been ordered to pay it. and you're unsure if he has, I'm going to dismiss both your claims. None of what you have given me stated that she owes you any of the money you're claiming today.
Your Honor, the date on there is May 14th.
Sir, this reads about $3,000. Then it talks about...
No, if I could, please, Your Honor.
Show me where it says she owes $900. Show me a statement that says that.
There's no statement there.
I know it's not. Your case is dismissed, like I said. Have a good day.
My daughter told me that she was uncomfortable with her current living conditions and she was making bad decisions in her life and she wanted to change. I've always encouraged her to have a good, healthy relationship with her mother. I've never prevented that. I want that.
I agree. I want them to also have a relationship with their father. I just want this to be over with.